Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It was a rainy Thursday morning in Manhattan, the kind where the clouds seem to hang lower, just to remind you that the world doesn't always shine. The studio lights of Live with Kelly and Ryan flickered on like usual, but something was off. The chair beside Kelly Ripa was empty. Ryan Seacrest had taken an emergency leave, and producers scrambled behind the scenes, whispering into headsets, looking for a last-minute replacement. But it wasn't the empty chair that unsettled Kelly. Her heart was heavier than usual, weighed down by something she hadn't shared with the public. Her father had been rushed into surgery the night before, and she'd spent the entire evening at the hospital. Still, showbiz demanded a smile. The show must go on, they say, but no one tells you how to smile through a breaking heart. As the cameras counted down, Kelly clenched her fingers around her mug, whispering under her breath, "Just get through this." And then, like a plot twist in a feel-good movie, the studio door swung open. "Good morning, sunshine," came a warm, familiar voice. It was Al Roker. Wearing one of his signature colorful ties and carrying a box of warm bagels, Al strolled onto the set like he owned it. The producers hadn't booked him. No one called him. He just showed up. Kelly blinked. "Al?" He smiled, adjusting his glasses. "Heard through the grapevine you might need a hand today." What followed was one of the most heartfelt, unscripted hours of live television in recent memory. Al wasn't just a filling host. He was a lifeline. He brought humor when Kelly faltered, steered the show when her voice quivered, and threw in enough dad jokes to make even the camera crew chuckle. At one point, during a cooking segment, when Kelly accidentally dropped a bowl of flour, Al turned to the audience and said, "Well, folks, we just found out why I'm not allowed near the weather radar or pastry dough." The laughter was real. Kelly laughed, really laughed, for the first time in 24 hours. But it wasn't just what happened on camera that mattered. During the commercial breaks, when the studio lights dimmed and the illusion faded, Al would lean over and ask, "How's your dad, Kel?" She whispered the updates, tears threatening to spill. And he listened, really listened. "I've been there," he said softly. "Family first, always." After the show, they sat backstage in silence for a few minutes, sipping coffee. The crew had cleared out. The rain had stopped. A thin sliver of sunlight peeked through the high windows, catching the sparkle of tears on Kelly's cheek. She finally said, "I didn't know how I was going to get through today." Al put a hand on her shoulder. "That's what friends are for." Months later, during an emotional interview on Live, Kelly finally shared the truth. "It was one of the hardest days of my life. I didn't even ask for help. I didn't know how to. But somehow Al knew. He showed up. No cameras, no headlines, just a good man who saw a friend in pain and stepped in. That's who Al Roker really is." The audience applauded, many wiping tears from their eyes. And Al, watching from the green room, just smiled, the same way he did that rainy Thursday, knowing that sometimes being there for someone doesn't require a script, a spotlight, or a big announcement. Just heart. And maybe a box of bagels.